Thank you, Andrew. Coming up on the Sunday Politics in the West, the scandal on the railways. After the government's mistakes on the West Coast Main Line, there's a warning that West Country services will suffer, and guess what? The passengers could well have to pay for it. We're sitting in our standard class seats today are two MPs who are used to being side by side as their coalition partners in this government. They are the Lib Dem, Steve Webb, who's also the Pensions Minister, and the Conservative from Weston-super-Mare, John Penrose, who was recently dropped from the ministerial benches where he was the Minister for Tourism. Welcome to you both. Steve, let's talk pensions first of all, as that's very much in the news as always. I remember when I left college, I was offered a couple of jobs, and they all had pensions. All my friends had pensions as well. Why is it so hard for kids today to get any job that actually carries some sort of guarantee that they'll be looked after in their old age?
Well, over the years, firms have found pensions really expensive and governments have laid cost on them and firms have been pulling out of pensions, and that's something we're about to reverse. But
the country's richer now than it was then.
It is, but what's happened is the cost of providing these final salary pensions, as inflation's eaten into the cost, and also people are obviously living longer, so firms have been pulling out. And what we're going to do is reverse that. So we're going to make it a duty on firms, starting with the biggest ones, to put their workers into a scheme. They put some money in, the worker puts some money in, the government puts some money in. They're free to opt out, but most people we think will stay in, and that will reverse a decades-long decline in workplace pensions, and I think it's really very positive.
John, how are pensioners coping in Weston-super-Mare? You have a lot of them in the seaside resort, of course, and times are very tough.
They are. I mean, it's really good to know that we're starting to put right, as Steve said, more than a decade's worth of people who are currently at working age preparing properly for their retirement. But for those who are already retired, life is pretty tough at the moment because they're not getting much income on their savings, because interest rates are very, very low, and cost of living keeps them going up. So they're having to really tighten belts and make do. I mean, they're good at it, but wouldn't it be better if they didn't have to?
OK, thank you.